Well, howdy ho, Stampers. Welcome back to my studio. This is Deb Valder, and I always love having you stop by for some craftiness. Today I'm going to teach you the art of string art. It is very easy and a very fast way to do it on your cards. It is just so pretty. Today I'm going to be using the string art heart die, but it doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. You can use it for just about everything, just as I have here. I love you to the moon and back. I added it to a slimline card. I used our slimline stamp with the moon and sky background. I did some embossing here with the I love you to the moon and back. And I used several dies here. You don't have to cut all of these pieces out. You can use them just on regular cardstock. So you just pierce and then do your string art and you're good to go. I just layered it onto, this is one of our mini slim lines, and this is just a regular A2 card. I added some embossed, well, these aren't embossed, these have crystal glaze on them, and I just cut them out of a die, added my crystal glaze, and then added them to my card. I love the way this came out. So again, you don't have to use them for Valentine's Day, even though it is a heart. We do have another one in the shop. So this is the string art heart die, and this is the string art rectangles die. So you can use these in so many different ways. I just wanted to show you that we do have the matching envelope. So this is the matching envelope for the regular slim line, and this is the cute, adorable little envelope for the mini slim line. And I call these little slims, mini slims. All right, so those are that. And then for this one right here, what I did was, again, this is one of the mini slims. I have a video or a blog post on this one, so make sure you check that one out. And I always try to do the envelopes when I'm sending them out. All right, so those are the cards that I wanted to show you today. It is just so absolutely beautiful. On this card right here, I used just one color. Super, super easy, one color. This one, I used 3 different colors. I used a dark, a light, and a medium blue. And on this one, I used 3 different colors also. I did a dark yellow, a light yellow, and then the gray. These are the colors that are very popular this year, the yellow and the gray. So I decided to do that. I'm going to show you really quick how to put this, how to actually do the, and how fast it is, how to do the string art. So I'm going to show you a couple different things that I'm using. This right here, I showed you the actual die, which is, right, this is the die. Okay, it is, it doesn't cut anything out. It just pierces your paper. All right, so that is what I did right here. Let me show you an example. So what I did was I made all of the little piercings right around here, and that's what it does. That's what this little die right here does. And then what I did was for this one, where are we here? I actually cut out the heart. Now this is the heart that matches this one very well. I love this die, but what it does is it's one of those reverse dies that I've shown a lot lately. It'll put the design on the outside, but what I wanted it to do was to just cut me the heart, and that's what I did right here. So I laid this die over this piece right here and it cut it out. So that's what I did right here. I cut out the little heart, and I cut out this little heart right here. All right, so there's those 2 pieces right there. And then so that's the die that I used for that one. And then I wanted to show you, this is the slimline sky and moon. We sell a lot of these. I love them. All right, and then I have, these are our cross-stitch nesting squares, and I thought this was a really good one to use because the cross-stitch, you know, and then your embroidery, and I just thought they all kind of went together, so that's why I used that. And then what I have here is just my box of embroidery floss, and why I like this for my cards and for mini crafting is what I call it, is because I get a lot of all the colors to see which ones I like the best. So if I'm going to use a lot of this color right here, I can go out and buy a skein of it. But for right now, I just love these. It's also got all of the little metallics right here. So I do have a link below. They are not in the shop, but I do have a link below with my affiliate code to show you where I got these. I love them. All right, so I'm going to leave that out because I'm going to get my colors. I'm also going to get out my ruler because I need to measure how much of the embroidery floss I'm going to use. All right, so let me just set these aside. I already did one of the hearts right here, and this is the one I'm going to work on. All right, so I think this one, because I'm going to put this together, I'm going to take and I'm going to use some grays. So I'm going to take, and in here you'll see that we have, and I love them because they just kind of go together. I'm going to take this one right here, and I'm going to use, let's see, I think I will use the white, this gray, and this gray. So I've already used this one, and I can tell because what I do with my cards, and you don't have to do this, but with my cards, what I like to do is to use only two pieces of thread out of all of them. So this one is already done. I'm going to take this one off. This one only has 2 out of the 6 ply. All right, I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. I take, and for this heart right here, I take about 3 feet. So 1, 2, and 3 will get me through with some left over. All right, now I'm going to go to the darker gray, which I haven't used before, and I'm going to get 3 feet of this one. Okay, so we'll go, grab my scissors here. 1, 2, and a little bit more. 3. All right. So now this has got 6 ply in it, but I don't need all 6 ply. I'll show you what to do here. And then I will grab my white. All right. So then what I do with this little sticky thing is to put it back on here to hold it in place. I'm going to keep this one, and just unwinding this to get 3 feet. 1, 2, and whoop, about 3. All right. Now for these, let me put this little guy back on here too. Just keeps everything nice and neat. Okay, so there's those. I'm going to set those aside because I'm going to put these back on them. So what I like to do is to take it in the middle, because this is going to kind of wrinkle up on you, and it can get a little bit crazy. All right, so I have 2 of these. I'm just going to take and pull them apart. So here's my white. So I've got my light gray, my dark gray, or my light gray, my white, and now I'm going to do my dark gray. Taking just 2 of there we go, there's those 2. And then I'm going to take, whoops, find my 2 here. Here we go. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to do it the other way. And here we go. And take the extra, put it off to the side, because we'll roll that back up onto the other piece. Now I just keep these needles inside my embroidery case, and you just want a nice thin needle, okay, because you don't want to make the holes too big. You want a thin needle with an eye that is fairly big, but not too big, all right, because you don't want to make these holes any bigger than you have to. Now what I'm going to do is to take my thread, and rather than licking it, okay, I'm going to take a dental floss. This is one of those dental flossers. Can you see that? Let's see. There you go. See that? Okay. I'm going to take and I'm going to put that part into the eye of the needle. I'm going to take and put my embroidery floss right here, and then I'm just going to run it through, and I didn't have to lick it. Yuck. All right. So now what we need is our tape, and I'm going to start right here on the bottom and go to the top. Now, if you just keep thinking left to right, all right, or right to left, whichever way you want to do it, all right, I'm going to pull this through until I get to just a little bit, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape. You're never going to see this. All right, so there's that. And now what I'm going to do is just start embroidering away. So I'm going to go from the top to the bottom. That is your first run. All right. Now what I'm going to do is, like I said, you can go left to right or right to left. So I'm going to have 3 colors that I'm using. So I need to leave 2 blank holes and then go into the third one. So I'll always be going into the third hole. So I'm going to go from here. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to go 1, 2, and in the third hole, I'm just going to pop it in there. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And we're going to go on the back, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then we're going to go to the top, 1, 2, and 3. All right. And do you see how it's going to be nice and neat on the back as well as on the front? So on the back, 1, 2, and 3. Oops. Okay, and there we go. Okay, now we have our first layer of, I'm going to just cut this close, take my tape, taper down, and we'll go to the next color. So the next color I'm going to do is going to be the white. And you can do this in any order that you want to. Let's grab our needle and our dental floss. Oh, here it is. And I keep this dental floss right in my stamping cart or my stamping bag, so I always have it. You can just buy them in little packs and they're great for things like this. Alrighty, so now we have the first one. And like I said, you can do this in one color, and I would suggest probably doing one color at first, and you're just going to go from side to side, okay? Left to right, I say. All right, so over here, I'm going to start on the back with my white, bring it through, and taper down. See how pretty this is already? Even on the back. All right, so now we're going to do every other one again. So I'm going to go from this side to this side. All right, so this is the center, this is the center. I'm going to go to the first one past the center, and then I'm going to count over. Okay, let's see, we're going to go 1, 2, and it's going to be the one right after this little guy right here. Always right after the dark one. Okay, see how it's 1, and then we're going to skip 2 and go to the third one, but it's always going to be the one right after your first input. The reason I'm showing you the 3 colors is I want to show you that it's really not hard. The other one, zoom, just go boom, 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 boom. But this one, I wanted to show you that you can not be afraid of doing 2 colors. So now I'm going to go to this one right here. Okay, we got to go, oops, we got to go to the next one, which is right here. 1, 2, remember it's 1, 2, and then 3. All right. And then we're going to crisscross, going right next to the dark one. All right, so let's finish those. Okay, there's the rest of our white. Isn't that pretty? Love, love, love it. Okay, cross that off. Put this in here like this. Okay, now we're going to do our lightest gray. And like I said, for this heart, about 3 feet is going to give you enough that you're not struggling at the end. Got a little bit left over that you can either use or discard. Just a little, these are just little tiny pieces. Alrighty, let's start this one. I'll start right, so I started on that side this time. I'm going to start on this side. Okay, and here we go. So we're going to go from this left side to the right side. If you started on the right side, you'd go from the right side to the left side. It doesn't matter as long as you got, whoops, we're going to go right next to the center spot. Okay, then we're going to go over 3. We just have to move the thread here on the bottom. You see how I'm kind of pushing it to the side? But look at how pretty you're making this heart on the back also. Not that you're ever going to see it, but we'll know it's pretty. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and here we go. And last but not least, there we go. And see how pretty it is on the inside right here, on the top part of it? It's just so pretty. All right, we're going to cut this off. For this card, I definitely want to, let's put this back in here. I just took a piece of felt, and then what I do is I put it right inside here. I will take my extra pieces. These are the ones that still have 4 ply, because this is 6 ply. I took off 2, so I have 4 left over. I'll wrap them around the right ones and then stick them right back in there. It's absolutely phenomenal. As a crafter, this is the way to go. All right, so now what I want to do is to take this. All right, so my heart is all done. Now what I need to do is to cut it out with my heart die, which is this right here. And I'm going to take, I believe it's this one right here, and I'm going to go over and I'm going to cut it. Where's my tape? Okay, so this is our repositionable tape. I'm just going to take and put it right on here and go cut it out, and I will be right back. Okay? Okay, so now we have, keep that for another time. Okay, and see how with these dies I was showing you that the pattern is actually on the outside. So I'll save this piece and use it and put something in there. I could even put my little heart back in there and just, oh, I got so many things I can do with that. All right, so now I have this piece and this piece. Let me grab my card base. All right, so I'm going to lay that there like that. I'm going to take this one. And see, so I'm using this as part of my card. Do you see how it's just pierced in here? So I could do a whole bunch of those all over the paper, and that would be just like a background. But for this one right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that there, and I'm going to lay that one there. Let's lay that up there like that, and that like that. Perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is to grab my foam tape. Here we go. Here's our foam strips. I also wanted to introduce you to our foam, our micro squares. So if we have something that's very, very tiny, look at this. You know how you cut your, you can take and cut your foam squares to really have little tiny spots? These right here literally are little micro squares. So you can take this off, and there we go. You see how tiny they are? They're amazing. I just wanted to kind of show you. But today what I'm going to use is our strips. So I like to take the sticky stuff off first. Okay, because then you can mold it better. Tape. This one's going to be flat. And this is the one I want to raise up. Here we go. And I'm going to leave the sentiment off of this one because I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. I've got a couple possibilities, but I'm not sure quite yet. So I'm just going to leave it blank, put it in my card box, and we are good to go. There we go. And then we're just going to lay that right on there like that. So I've got my foam tape on the back. I'm going to lay it right here on the top. And you'll notice I didn't put any little embellishment on there because this is going to go right over the top. So pretty. All right. So now I'm going to take and add this to my card base. And we have our finished card. Wasn't that easy? I told you it is not hard to do. I don't want you to shy away because you're afraid to sew. This isn't sewing. This is just relaxing and fun, and I just love it. Let me just grab the other cards that I was going to bring back in. There's 1, 2, and we're missing one. Oh, here it is. Okay, here's our cards for today. Ta-da! I hope you enjoyed my post for today. Remember to subscribe by clicking on the little bell below. Give us a thumbs up, showing us that you really do enjoy it, and then share it with your friends. We love having an audience. You take care, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.